Hello there Cyberlad, this is Sim0nTrains, or some people call me Sim0nTrains, and you join me at Rugeley Town Railway Station. Now today we are going on one full round trip in this vlog to visit one place and one place only, and that is Chester. That's right, we're off to Chester because we're going to be filming at Chester Railway Station, we're going to be visiting a disused railway station, and we're going to be seeing what's in Chester Cathedral. You're going to like that one. But we are here waiting for the 0908 West Midlands Railway service to take us to Rugeley Trent Valley, which should be arriving now to pick me up, to take me down the line. So I now made it to Rugeley Trent Valley Railway Station. We're only here to change trains, waiting for the 0924 London Northwestern Railway Service, which will take us to Crewe. And then once at Crewe, 158819 is going to take us to Chester. And how do I know that? Because as of today, it's going to be old news by the way, Transport for Wales have been added to real-time trains. So we get a 158 to Chester, which is brilliant indeed. Anyway, our train should be arriving now to get us there so we can catch that 158. On the approach to Crewe, we don't see that London Northwestern Railway Class 730 EMU. So where did that go? But what we shall see is the doors being opened on our arrival into Crewe station. So now made it to Crewe. We're only here to change trains to get the 1025 Transport for Wales service to Chester. And as I mentioned, it's going to be 158819. So show me that unit arriving now into Crewe, because we're going to board it to Chester. So 158819 has entered the platform at platform 9. So we're going to jump right now to Chester. We're now leaving Crewe station on this lovely Transport for Wales Class 158 DMU. We're also passing Crewe Leisure Centre as we head towards Chester. We're now passing the site of Beeston Castle and Tarporley Station. Opened on the 1st of October 1840, but closed to passengers 18th of April 1966. But we're now pulling into Chester Station, where we shall terminate, and the location shall be filming the trains here.
We are now at Chester.
So we now made it to Chester. Unfortunately though, you got trains terminating on this side and trains terminating on this side as well. As you can see, Northern terminates on the eastern end. So we're going to have 2 hours filming at Chester. We're going to start on this Merseyrail unit that's just there, that's about to leave on the 1050 to Chester by Liverpool Central. So Chester Station is operated by Transport for Wales, and they do actually call it this station. But also you get Banty West Coast, you get your Northern Trains, and you get your Merseyrail. And this station actually has 7 platforms. On the western end of Chester you have platforms 2, platforms 3, platforms 4 and platform 7 where that Merseyrail unit is. And on this side on Chester you got platform 1 here, you got platform 3, platform 4 where that northern unit is platform 5, behind the northern unit is platform 6 and behind that is platform 7. Our hour is nearly up on the west end at Chester Station. Now I'm going to film this Merseyrail unit out here. This is 11:50 to Chester by Liverpool Central. After he goes, I'm going to be walking down to the other end of the platform, hopefully to get the 11:55 to Crewe departing, which will be that 158, and then we're going to use that as our start of the hour on the eastern side and finish with that train leaving an hour later. So that's how we're going to plan that. It's now time for the station history of Chester Station. Chester Station was opened on the 1st of August 1848, replacing 2 stations which opened in 1840 by 2 different companies. The station was designed by Francis Thompson and was constructed by Thomas Brassey. In 1875 the station was renamed to Chester General due to another station opened in Chester, which we shall visit this disused station later on. In 1969 Chester General was renamed back to Chester, and the 3-letter station code for Chester is CTR. So we now come down to the east end of Chester Station to film trains down here for an hour, but we're going to get the Transport for Rail units, and we're also going to get the northern units at this location. We won't get the Merseyrail units here because they're at the western end. So we're going to start with that 158 and then carry on doing some more filming.
luggage unattended on this station. Luggage left unattended.
Look at that little cutie dog box just sitting there on its own. But anyway, we're going to leave Chester Station now because we're going to head to the Disused station, Chester Northgate Station. I know where it is, so we're going to leave now and show you where that location is before we move on to Chester Cathedral. So you can now join me at a car park, and there's nothing interesting here, but this is the site of Chester Northgate Station, which is now disused, and Chester Northgate Arena's Leisure Centre is now on top of it. From here, you used to get trains towards Manchester Central by Northwich and Knutsford from here, and you used to get trains onto the Borderland line towards Wrexham and Bidston from here as well. But this station was opened on the 1st of May 1875 by the Cheshire Lines Committee, but closed to passengers on the 6th of October 1969. But also here there is actually a little gem, because if you look towards this way you can see some tracks down there, and that takes you towards Chester General Station, which is today's Chester Station. So you can just sit up here and watch the trains pass by. So I'll just come down these steps here to get some B-roll for Chester Northgate Arena. But the interesting thing that I've seen when I come down here is it's just right behind me coming up now. These arches here. Now, I don't know if these arches are part of the old railway station or not, but they do look interesting to look at. I think they could be part of Chester Northgate Station. Now you can see behind me is Chester Northgate Arena. Now we've done that disused station now, but we are moving on to Chester Cathedral, because it is about time to see Pete Waterman's West Coast Main Line layout, and that's where we're going to Chester Cathedral for. Isn't that right, Carol? We haven't seen Carol yet. So I'm now standing outside Chester Cathedral. This dates from 1093 when the first part was built, but it was built in stages. But in there is Pete Waterman's model railway layout. We're going to go in now to take a look. So we're now looking at Pete Waterman's layout, built by his team, the Railnuts. This continuous loop layout is 64 feet by 20 feet long and represents the West Coast Main Line around the year 2000, featuring bits of the West Coast Main Line. You've got both tunnel mouths of Shugborough tunnels, the Detour Sen Viaduct in Wales, which spans the River Dee near Chir, Road Junction in Northamptonshire, Tring Cut in between Chedington and Tring Station, North Church Tunnel between Tring and Berkhamsted, and the North Portal of Watford Tunnels near Watford Junction. Entry to see this layout costs £2.50 and it's running at Chester Cathedral till the 3rd of September. And the model railway layout is just right here in Chester Cathedral. This is the Pete Waterman's West Coast Main Line layout. It's got some locations on the West Coast Main Line from Shugborough Tunnel to Watford Tunnels, and it's a lovely long layout. So we're going to film some trains, or model trains, on this layout right now. Which is I'm on that 350. Well, it has been awesome filming this layout of the West Coast Main Line at Chester Cathedral. Now, the reason it's actually here is to show the work of one engineer, Thomas Brassey, and it shows all his work in one layout. But we are going to be leaving Chester Cathedral now to head back towards Chester Station because I think it's about time to head back to Rugeley. But the good thing is, I actually go through that crack. That's Rugeley Tunnel. So we're now made it back to Chester Station. We're going to jump on, I think it's the 1554 Transport for Rail service back to Crewe. Should be that 158 again. So we're going now, catch the train. We're now leaving Chester and travelling back to Crewe on this Class 158 DMU again. But we shall sit back and enjoy the ride. But also when we get to Crewe Heritage Centre, be on the lookout for 43018 at Crewe Heritage Centre in that BR blue and yellow livery. So we made it back to Crewe. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you 158819, which is there. We're going to film him out of Crewe and then we're going to jump on the 1633 back to Rugeley Trent Valley. We're now departing Crewe Station on the London Northwestern Railway Class 350-0. En route we're passing some GB Rail Freight Class 73 locomotives which are attached to some Network Rail Mark 1 and Mark 2 coaches on the test train. And that London Northwestern Railway Class 730 EMU is now back. I wonder where that went. But as I mentioned, this is a 5-coach train and will replace the Class 319s and the Class 350/2 electric multiple units. As I mentioned at Chester Cathedral, here's the crack of Rugeley Tunnel. This 777 yard tunnel was built under the grounds of Rugeley Hall. This is between White House Junction and Colwich Junction on the Trent Valley line. And that is one round trip done. We're going to talk about it now because we started at Rugeley Town Station this morning about 9:10, got to Rugeley Trent Valley okay, got the 924 to Crewe okay, and we got a Class 158 diesel multiple unit to Chester, which I have been on one for a while. There is actually one journey I've done on a 175 as well, but a Class 158 was brilliant for that line, because it made the change from 153s, even though I would have loved the dog box ride. But beggars can't be choosers. But we did get a 158 to Chester. Then we filmed at Chester Station. We had a couple of hours there because we had to film an hour on the west end and an hour on the eastern end. So we had to film in 2 different locations at Chester because there was a lot of stuff that was terminating in and out of Chester. After that, we went over to the Disused railway station at Chester Northgate. It's just a car park now at the leisure centre, but it was still nice to visit there. And then the icing on the cake was seeing Pete Waterman's layout at Chester Cathedral. Now, he wasn't there himself, but I have filmed him twice actually in 2 previous videos. Carlisle Kingmore Open Day, when he laid 37425 concrete bob. And he was also at Crewe Station where they unveiled the plaque for driver Jack Mills. But it was a shame that I wasn't there, but it was still nice to see his layout. And then after Chester, we went back to... Well, we actually didn't go back to Chester Station because I actually did pick something up from Chester Model Centre. This Lima Network Southeast parcels van. 12 quid I got that for. Because it had no price on, so they gave me it for 12 quid. And then after that, went back to the railway station, got back to Crewe, got back to Rugeley Trent Valley, and we got back to Rugeley Town, and that's it. So if you like this video, feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I do have a Patreon listed down below if you want to check that out. Check all the tiers. And we also got YouTube channel memberships as well if you want to support the channel that way. Click the join button and have a look at the rewards you get and the benefits. I have been Sim0nTrains, or some people might call me Sim0nTrains. Thank you for watching, stay safe, and I'm going home. Thank you.